Hello everybody and welcome to Black and White Tales print number 20. This week I will show you a print that I was supposed to show in July. And this is the print. These are the fireworks in Clearwater Beach to celebrate the 4th of July, and this was in 2012. That was my first time in the USA looking at the 4th of July celebration. It was very, very impressive. But 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, I read the news that in Clearwater and a lot of other places, a lot of other towns, the fireworks had been cancelled. And the thing is that the firework had been cancelled, but a lot of media here in Italy are telling, or in Europe, because a lot of time I watch the news on satellite television, and the title is usually the celebrations are cancelled. The more extremist socialist news are saying the 4th of July had been cancelled. And let me tell you one thing, is in USA sometimes people give their freedom for granted, and they give the idea of the 4th of July for granted, and they think it's just an holiday to eat hot dogs and have fun together. But the 4th of July for the people in the rest of the world and in USA, they are still able to love freedom and think with their head. It's a symbol of something that is absolutely exceptional. It's a celebration of the only moment and time and place in history where people decided to do something, to take the power in their own hands. And it's something that the revolution, a lot of people tried in the world, tried some form of revolution to change the government system, but only in the USA in 1776. There was a result that was positive. There was a unique system of ideas, a unique group of political thinkers that were able to come out with what is the most beautiful and greatest document of the recent history, and that's the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution that followed. So this is the 4th of July. When I was on this balcony looking at the fireworks and looking at how the people was all together celebrated the moment, it was something that for me was absolutely powerful. It was something that was very, very emotional. It's the USA are still, and the Constitution of the USA and the Declaration of Independence are a beacon for all the freedom lovers in the world. And you have to realize that the Declaration of Independence is the only document in the modern history, is the only form of, call it constitution because it was the beginning of the constitution, that recognize the human rights as something as God-given, so something unalienable. And I always have a problem with this word, but something that nobody can take away. And this is something absolutely unique, and it's something that we must remember. We must remember the meaning of the 4th of July. And when you see newspaper titling that 4th of July is cancelled, or all just the celebration for 4th of July are cancelled, in this moment is a message that is absolutely wrong. Is the message that says to the people, the same people that, let's say for a mistake, released a virus that is very dangerous and that changed our lives and our economies and is threatening to collapse the Western civilization. We are saying we surrender. And this is very, very sad. And The problem is that I don't understand one thing. I understand the choices to to cancel the fireworks and to cancel this kind of gatherings, but something that made me kind of sad is to not see uh, something different proposed to the people, is to not see speeches where it's made clear that a form of celebration is cancelled, but that still is the most important day, and still the people must celebrate, must think about the meaning. Mm, there must be something huge to tell to the world. We still believe that the best thing that happened to the world is when they decided to think as we the people, and they decided to create a government for the people, by the people, and a government that was limited by the people, so could not take away the freedom. And this seems probably to Americans something normal. It is not. In Italy, we do not have the natural rights in the constitution. There's always uh, the government has power over the people, and so this is the crazy thing. I see this situation. I think at the emotions that I had. I think at the power of the political power that is that I felt when I was in Clearwater looking at the fireworks, and I see the titles of the newspapers that say basically that this had been cancelled, and that it's another thing that is kind of scary right now is that the concept of the Declaration of Independence is that we the people created the government and are the final judge of everything. But what the institutions are telling right now is that we cannot trust the people. We cannot trust the people to take care of themselves. We cannot trust the people to do the right thing. And if we cannot trust the people to do the right thing about a virus, the question that comes out is do you still trust the people to do the right thing when they are going to vote? And this is a very dangerous idea. It's absolutely something that is it's terrible if that happened. But the thing is that if we cannot trust the people to do the right thing in a pandemic crisis, uh, why? Why we arrived at this point? We were able to trust the people to form a nation. We were able to trust the people to go to war for the right ideas. We were able to trust the people to go on a beach in Normandy, and fight the evil. We were able to think that they were doing the right choice in front of anything. But now we look around and we cannot sometimes really trust the people to do the right thing, even in the most simple things. I mean, we cannot trust that the people is washing their hands when they come home. So that's incredible, and that is on one side is not just a lack of trust. It's something that is kind of real, but we have to ask ourselves why. And if we look at the communication that was made about the coronavirus, it's so confused, it's so filled up of political agendas that nobody understands what to do. For example, the use of the mask must be something scientific, but it is not. Um, Even the World Health Organization was kind of schizophrenic about the use of the mask. Was not don't use it, don't use it, use it. All this kind of information from the media and from the non-elected bureaucrats were very, very confusing. And Right now we are kind of deleting the the idea that we can trust with the people, that we the people are in charge, and we are canceling it based on the confused information that we receive from non-elected bureaucrats in some UN office or elsewhere. And that's the problem. The problem is that we are not giving the people enough information to decide for themselves. And I think this is kind of something that they want to do. And we have to look at another thing that is all the Hollywood, for example, that in the years we always, after the 60s, we started to always justify the stupidity of the people. We started to protect them from their own stupidity, and we started to justify every wrong choice based on the fact that was uh, just a wrong choice, and they were innocent. We started justifying the use of drugs. We started to justify all the wrong moral choices. If you look at the movies from Hollywood, the heroes is kind of heroes is always someone that did some bad choices, um, and when we start to justify the bad choices and to always show the the person that made the bad choices as some someone that we have to take or someone that will have advantages in some way in the society, and at that point we cannot pretend that the people will do the right choice. We have taken away the individual responsibilities. Everything is always the society at fault. Is always we accuse always some entities that are not the single individual. And with this mentality, we created individuals that are perhaps incapable to make the right choice for themselves. And that's another thing that is very scary, because when you have to cancel an event because you will not have the police to enforce something simple and at this point very easy to understand and smart, as to try to keep distances, to not risk to spread this virus that we still don't know how is working. And people don't do it. You need the police to enforce something like that. There's something wrong, and there's something wrong in the communication. There's something wrong in how we educated the people, how we talk about the personal responsibilities. So this is the moment to ask ourselves why this happened, why we cannot trust the people, and if we cannot trust the people. And the other thing that is that once we understand why, we have to correct that, because the real problem right now is that there's this, and there's the 4th of July, and there's the meaning of the 4th of July, and there's the spirit of the USA, there's the spirit of the Declaration of Independence, and is the spirit of the people that can take care of themselves. But in the rest of the world, and also inside the USA, there's a part that think that the spirit is the something to fight. Um, this virus came from China, and China is exactly an example of the opposite of the 4th of July. China is the example of a dictatorship that think that the control of the people is a must. And in this moment, if we don't want to uh, eliminate, to cancel really what is the 4th of July, we have to understand that there's a political war, and there are different ideologies that are going against each other, and the one of the 4th of July, the one that comes from the independence, it comes from Locke and on, is the one that have to win. And to win, we have to understand our mistake, and we have to start to work again in a way that will let the people, will teach again the people to be responsible and be smart. We have to work in a way that if we say, please keep the distances, we don't need the police to enforce that rule. So this is basically all. For me, it's very, very a sad feeling to see not just these fireworks council that are something beautiful, but to see the propaganda on the media that says that the 4th of July was cancelled. And this is absolutely, absolutely sad. So what I dream is to see this year a lot of private people in the USA to do huge, huge fireworks from their garden, respecting the rules. But I hope to see something so spectacular that will say, you didn't cancel the 4th of July, you didn't cancel the concert. Another thing that I dream is to see the politicians, the governors, the mayors, anybody in charge of this decision to take a stand and say something and do something that will show to the world that what is cancelled are just some fireworks, is not the meaning of the 4th of July. I don't know what it can be. It can be to use the money of the fireworks to give everybody a copy of the Declaration of Independence or anything else, but just please tell something, tell to the world, do some celebration that respect the rules but is bigger and more evident than ever. Do something that will let all the people in the USA, and when I think with the people, I think all the freedom lovers in the world, that they will be able to feel all together, united to celebrate a great ideal without going against the rule. And they can feel together, staying at their home, celebrating in their home in some way, but we need this right now. And probably you need it in the USA, but for sure we in the world living in countries where the government in this moment is using every excuse to eliminate permanently any freedom that we have. We need to see that still the concept of the 4th of July is the most important things for the American people. We still need to have that beacon of freedom to look to. We need that so we can keep to dream, we can keep to fight every day, waking up and do something to make the world a better place and to promote the idea of freedom and fight for the freedom. We need it, so please, my American friend, do it privately, and I hope that the American leaders will understand this and will do something in substitution of the usual celebration. They will do something that will arrive in the Western news, something so beautiful that will be on all the news, in the newspaper, also in Europe and probably in China and all these kind of places, and will tell to the people and to the socialists in the other place of the world, you are losing. We still think that we, the people, is able to be in charge of a government. We still trust the people, and we still are working for that ideal. The message in this time is we are surrendering, and we think that our system is wrong because the people cannot be trusted. And I'm pretty sure that this is not the message in the mind of all the leaders that decided to cancel some form of celebration, but this is the message that we are receiving, and this is the message that will be pushed on all the newspapers and all the news controlled by the enemy of the freedom. And you have to understand that in Europe and for sure in China and other places there are no newspapers that are not against the freedom, so it will be the totality of them to uh, send the wrong message. So I think it's your duty to do something so huge and so nice to let the world know that still you think that the Declaration of Independence is the best option and the best document for the world. Thank you for watching. Again, please go to check the picture on my website. There's the link down there. Please subscribe to my channel and put a like if you like the video, or let me know if there's something I can modify to improve my videos. In the meantime, as usual, keep creative, stay free, and this is the most important thing absolutely right now is stay free. Keep your mind free and stay free and love the freedom and love what the fireworks meant, and have fun. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.